chicken cutlets without the ick. Sandwich. No one ever says no. They're a vibe. Okay, chicken ick part 2. Today we're making chicken cutlets, and chicken cutlets are fantastic for anything. They can double as a protein bar. They're a snack, they're a meal, they're a sandwich, they're a salad, they're a vibe, and no one ever says no. We start with a chicken breast. Pretty thick. Too thick to actually make a cutlet, so we're gonna have to do something about that. What is the result that we want? We wanna get a cutlet. Thin. Start with a whole breast. First, I'm gonna cut it, and then I'm gonna pound it into a cutlet. Okay, take a chicken breast, hold your hand flat over it, and just cut right into the middle. Like you're cutting, you know how sometimes you cut into a pita bread? You're doing the same thing here. I'm butterflying. We're cutting this chicken breast, essentially in half. But it's still too thick. So that's how Operation Cutlet begins. I'm gonna wash my hands, and I'm gonna make a parchment sandwich to pound the cutlet. The hardest thing about cooking videos is getting parchment paper to behave. All right, first one, down in the middle, parchment on top, sandwich. All right, this is your standard, well, this is like a mallet. You have really two sides to this. You have this side with the ridges, that's if you want to tenderize meat, and then this side, which you can use just to pound things thinner without tearing the meat or anything. You can also just use a cleaver if you have one on its side. Either one of these. I've used a saute pan too without having either of these, so just wing it. So you have your little parchment sandwich. You can also do this, by the way, in a plastic bag. Now, one side will be a little fatter than the other side, so that's the part you want to pound on more. You want to get this cutlet nice and even. This will also tenderize the chicken. It also makes the chicken feel like more than it is, right? Because the cutlet is so big. Kind of like a combo. You could also use the side of a big knife. Big reveal, a cutlet. Now examine it. Might still be a little thick. Sometimes I turn it on its second side and give it another once over. Most important thing is that it's even, right? So it's not uneven, so one side doesn't cook and the other doesn't overcook. All right, good, I like this one. So every chicken breast, probably about 4, 5, 6 ounces should give you 2 cutlets. And now, we bread. Okay, so here are all my cutlets. Let's bread a couple. Some people do flour, egg, breadcrumb. I just do breadcrumb, panko, and eggs. Whole eggs, good. You could do just yolks. Now, a lot of people season their breadcrumbs, which I love, but I actually like to hydrate the spices, so I actually put the spices in the egg mix to activate them in the water. I'm gonna use a little cayenne pepper, which is spicy. So I only put a little. And garlic powder, because I just love it. But you don't have to put anything, or you could put salt and pepper. You could put curry, just a little flavor in there. Smells good too. Get those spices working. Sometimes I like to break the panko up just a little bit with my hands. You definitely don't want to dump a ton of panko in there, because whatever you don't end up using, you're going to throw it away because it's got chicken on it. So start with a little bit more than you need, but not a ton. You can always add more. Here I just added a couple of cups to start. Let's start with a little salt. Just a little on the cutlets. I don't like to super salt, because if the cutlets sit in the fridge for a long time before you cook them, they can get too salty. Just a little seasoning in the egg. On both sides, right? You notice I like to use a little pair of tongs just to keep that. Just let the egg drip off, flat in there. Cover it. And then press. So important, press the cutlet. All right, she's a beauty. And we repeat. And the egg. These are good if you bread them and let them sit in the fridge for at least half an hour, if not a few hours, before you cook them. Right in there. Press those breadcrumbs in there. One more time. Super zen. Chicken cutlets in egg, no ick. It's a double whammy on this one. You guys are advanced now. I believe in you. Do these videos actually help you get rid of your chicken ick? I hope so. Comment below. And now we're ready to cook. And I do this just the way my mom did when I was growing up, even though I promised myself I wouldn't. A little bit of butter, a little bit of olive oil, just melt that. Medium heat. I used to watch my mom do this. Now, you want to smell the olive oil and the butter melting together. It's not browning, it's not super, super high heat. It's bubbling its way along. Some cutlets. Another pinch of salt on those. Even though I want to, I'm not gonna crowd the pan. When you do olive oil and butter together, it'll bubble a little bit because there's water, right, in the butter. So you see I've got like a thin, it's like a shallow fry on here. And I'll just do 2 to start. Nice and easy. There's moments where there's nothing to do but let it cook, right? Now, because you've got water in the cutlets, water in the butter, it might splatter a little bit, so be careful when you're doing this. Take a step back, keep your distance if you hear it sputtering. Oil and the butter were hot enough, and I know right away whether my cutlets are sticking. If you do this in a cold pan and you don't heat up the butter and oil first, it will stick. So you see, I know I've got a little nice shallow fry going. You can see it crisping and bubbling on the edges. I like to move them around a little bit, make sure they're not sticking, and also try to create a little space between them so that the steam and water escaping leaves the building and they can be left to brown. So it's been a couple minutes. Let's see how that, yeah. You see how that's bubbling? Just turn it on the second side. You can see where the chicken's starting to cook. It's no longer translucent, but it's turning white. That's a big indicator that the chicken is cooking. Let's see how this one is. And you see it's absorbed a lot of that, right? Oil and butter that we had. If you want, you can add a little bit more butter. And when I flip them on that second side, I like to salt them again. You want to have a little excess in the pan. If you see it's getting a little dry, add a touch of oil and butter. You want a little layer at all times. Now remember, we have that cayenne in there. And I'm gonna put a little black pepper. Any excess grease in the pan. Give it a little baste. And now I'm just gonna pop these in the oven for a minute to make sure they're cooked through. 350-degree oven. Let them cook just a few minutes so they're cooked in the middle, and then we eat chicken cutlets without the ick. All right. So after a few minutes in the oven, just to make sure these are cooked through, just finish them with a little salt, pepper. I mean, I love these as is. Turn them into a whole other meal. Ooh la la. Ooh, so these are our cutlets. As is, protein bar, put them in the blender, make a shake, a salad, a sandwich, a snack, a meal, breakfast, high protein. A cutlet always belongs at the party. Let me know if you're gonna make these. All right, so chicken cutlet. This is my one of my absolute all-time favorite meals. That cutlet, maybe 2. Caesar. Caesar salad, so good together. I feel like so many restaurants put cherry tomatoes and stuff. You don't need it. And a little lemon. Classic crispy chicken Caesar. This is one of many ways to use these chicken cutlets, and one of my favorites. Chicken cutlets in egg, no ick. It's a double whammy on this one. Classic crispy chicken